This is a project test for a quick audio and video voice presentation system. I've often admired Commoncraft. Their presentation system is simple and elegant. If you go along to the Commoncraft site, they have some lovely little demonstrations there. I particularly like their explanation of what is an RSS feed. It manages to present some quite complex information in a very short and very efficient way. What I'm heading here is to make instructional movies. Commoncraft model again. Quick, condensed, simple instructional movies. The trick for me is to get the voice track over the top. It's fairly easy to produce, to convert a PowerPoint or one of those presentations into a series of slides, but best practice would have us presenting information auditorially as well as through the slides. The other requirement for me is that we make these quick and simple to make. I'm envisaging that I might read an article, have some information, and I can quickly convert notes into these kind of presentations. The other thing that I thought was important is that rather than buying into some of the proprietary systems that you can purchase to do this job, I'd rather work from bottom up and have discrete files, MP3 files, and that enables us to use these files in a variety of situations, to embed them in a website, upload them to YouTube, mobile applications, a lot more flexibility. The other useful thing for me is that we can make these things using only two pieces of software. The first piece of software would be PowerPoint. I don't use PowerPoint. I use a free open source system called LibreOffice, and I'll show you how to work through that. You'll also need some kind of basic video editing package. In my case, because I'm running Ubuntu Linux, Kdenlive seems to be an obvious choice for me. So the process is quite simple. The first thing that you need to do is make a basic presentation using your presentation package. You're not looking to use like slide transitions or animations or any of those kind of things. You just need some basic slides that you can extract and use as the graphics. The next step is to make sound files for each slide. In my system I use a program called Audacity. I think it's available in Windows as well. It works very effectively. I guess I have two windows open, one to look at the graphics and another I just speak. The next step is to extract the files at a reasonably high resolution. In the case of OpenOffice, the easiest way I found is just to extract the whole presentation as HTML and then take the separate PNG files from the HTML production. I guess it's useful to have as high a resolution as possible. You can always reduce the size of the resolution and the file size later when you have a completed video file. Next step is to combine the frames from the presentation and the sound files together using your video editor. And that's about the end of the process. I guess the video file could be further edited. I know YouTube has some added functionality that could be used. Otherwise, done. Good. This pretty much replicates what Common Crafts produced. The simplicity of what they have is certainly one of the benefits of it. Later on, I would like to experiment with enabling people to go back and forth frame by frame, so if they don't quite understand one frame they could go back to it, or they can pop ahead if they find it gives people a measure of control. It would also be useful to have hyperlinks to other links so people could follow links through. This isn't part of a standard video, but it is possible. And there's all sorts of other things, forms people could fill in, a whole range of possibilities. These possibilities are all available to us through the magic of HTML5. It's pretty good, it has good browser support. But that's something to look forward to next time. Thank you very much, and if you'd like to offer some feedback about how useful this was, I'd be very grateful. It's very much an experiment at this stage.